Hi, Soul Family. This is Corey Brandon, Soul Traveler 77, and I have a special treat today. Got one of my core Soul Family members, Monika. She is here, and she's going to be sharing her latest out of body experience. And we're going to kind of talk through it. She's going to give us a lot of details about what she experienced, and then we'll kind of talk through it and see what went on in her experience. So I'm super excited to have you because you kind of told me about it through text and you put it in the chat, but hearing it from you is way better, and it just has more detail to it. So welcome, Monica, and thank you for joining us and sharing your testimony.
Thanks, Corey. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, that was a very interesting, not very long, but very deep and new experience for me. So I woke up in the morning about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that, with the knowing in my body, with the peace in my body, then something is going to happen now.
Mm.
So my body, my soul send me to the bathroom in case something will just like really happen for a long time. So just to feel a little bit better in my body, I came back and I lay down on my back. And in a very short period of time, I felt like very relaxed back into the sleep. And I've heard in my head that someone is counting into three. And on the tree, I remember this feeling like a sleep paralysis. And I felt this energy on my right side. And it kind of kicked me off the piece because it reminded me of the fear which I used to have around sleep paralysis. But then I was aware of that it kicked me off. And I was like, okay, so this is the sleep paralysis, so I'm in a good place. I went back on my back and I knew, like still I felt very peaceful, very present in my body. That was kind of like a first time so peaceful that I knew something is happening. I knew I'm ready. I knew the field is there for me. And I went back into this relaxation and I felt again the voice, but this time it was two. I felt it very, very, very loud. And at this time I moved from my body to another body. And it was very unusual. It was very real and very, very real actually. So I found myself in the body of this youngish Spanish guy from, I'm just assuming, let's say 16th century, wearing the velvet trousers,
Mm.
long, like a little bit longer than up to the knees. And kind of like I remember now, I feel like it was like a cherry color.
Mm.
And then I remember having also like a long white socks on my legs and beret. And I kind of felt that I see myself as well from outside. I had the knowing about the costume, about the clothes. And I had this feeling that I'm a part of someone who walks in the royal court, or maybe I'm part of the royal family. I don't know, but it was this kind of level of I don't know of society.
Mhm.
And I was young-ish, I would say, but I was by myself, kind of laying, kind of sitting of this kind of um, hard to name the place. It was, I feel like it wasn't important, the place, but it was like a big white inside of the swimming pool or big white bath tube. And on my left, I saw few people, I would say three people. They were far away from me and I couldn't touch them, but they were close to me. They were my friends, they were my family, but they couldn't be close to me. And I felt this pain and very, very dry and very sore throat. And I felt it very physically, and that was very unusual. I had journeys to my past lives, and I never felt this kind of physical sensations. So that was very new for me. And I remember now that this sensation of seeing them on my left, I saw them like they were zoomed out, like they were kind of like a channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this feeling when I was very little and I had a very high fever, like in my life here. That was the feeling when now I understand it was also part of the going through the gate. It's kind of is connected. It's hard to explain it, but it's very connected because I'm putting the puzzles together for last 1.5 years, I think, and I understand more and more. So that was the feeling because when I was little, when I had a very high fever, I saw my house and my parents, they were very far away, like in a very weird distance, and I was scared of that. And that was very similar fear which I had when I had a sleep paralysis. So this feeling is very similar. And so I saw those people back there with the same sensation. It was very real, but there was no sadness, no fear in me. It was just awareness and presence in the experience. And in some point, in a very peaceful way, I decided to finish this experience and I just went back to my body. I just found myself back in my body. And I feel that it wasn't me, Monika, only deciding. It was just me as a whole deciding, okay,
Yeah.
go back. So that was the
Okay.
experience, which was not very long, but it was for me very powerful because also I woke up with different trust. I had the trust that, okay, I know that I passed some kind of fear because before the sleep paralysis was very powerful for me. And this morning, and I mean, even when I went back to my body, I felt I had some water and I also felt still my throat. And but then when I woke up, I didn't feel the pain in my throat. So it was also very interesting, the physical sensation. But I woke up really very, very, very positive, very powerful. And even though I was tired because I didn't sleep so much, I felt very, very, very uplifted and kind of maybe reconnected or connected with the knowing and with this consciousness, which is powerful and beautiful. So that was that was powerful experience.
Well, I thank you for sharing that with us. So I'm just like, when people say, "Oh, it wasn't very long," a lot of my experiences weren't very long, and so I don't, because time don't really exist. I don't think of it in terms of how long it was or how short it was. I just think about what I actually saw and what I experienced. So how the physicality in that experience, tell me about that. Like, was it physical? Did it feel like you were really in that place, or how did it feel?
Yes, I was in the body. I was like, I was this person.
Okay.
At the same time, I had my awareness that I am in the body.
Okay.
That
Yes. Yes.
like I was all of it.
Yes.
I mean, I was me and I was this person, and I felt like this that I had this. This is my experience.
Correct.
So it was also me. So that was very, very physical, and the pain was very physical for sure.
Okay.
And peace was very, very clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
This awareness, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And so like it sounds like you were in like a past life. So, and I know you mentioned to me before you do past life regression therapy.
Yes.
Correct. So tell us a little about that, what your work in that.
Well, so I basically take people and I guide them to, we have an intention for the session. And for example, if you want to work on basically work on the emotions. So if you feel like, oh, I cannot find love, I don't feel loved, then we go to the past life with the intention that to find this past life, which is a source of the feeling of not being loved.
Okay.
So then we go, like I guide the person and the person, I guide them through the alpha waves, brain waves. We go to the journey and then we go to some situations to find the core, let's say trauma or in experiences. And then we always go through the death of this. So this is also very, very interesting and very powerful experience for me as a therapist and for the person. And for me, when I do my own journey,
Right.
So also, so it helped me as well. My experience, like as a therapist, helped me to be there, maybe more conscious, or
Yes,
maybe
yes,
not be
yes,
confused because it's not
yes.
new for me.
Right. You set your
Yes,
intention. So you're setting an intention and you're very
yes,
aware in this because you understood that was a past life. So because you
yes,
deal with it, when you got in that experience, it wasn't like, what am I experiencing? You kind of knew because when you looked at your clothes, you knew, okay, I'm in the 17th century. Clearly, I'm me, but I'm this little boy lying here, and so on and so forth. Okay, cool, cool,
yes,
cool. It's an
yeah,
amazing. It sounds like an amazing experience, and so, like I said before, I don't like to talk about how long it was. The fact there's a such thing as depth and then length. I prefer depth. What's the depth
mm,
of your experience? How much did you get out of it? And it sounds like you really felt it was a lot of physicality in your experience, which is always what you want to. That's the first thing I take
yes,
note of when I have an OBE is what did it feel like? Did it feel physical? Because then I know like I'm fully out of the body, right? Out of my
mm-hmm,
current body. So I've had an experience like that too, where I had a past life. And again, I didn't know it was a past life until after the fact. But I just showed up in this experience in the back of a car, and like it's two people in the front seat talking in a language I never heard of that I currently at that time I didn't recognize. It was like you got through into this experience and you're like, wait, what? Wait, what's happening? Like, but you know you're there. Like I could feel the texture
yeah,
of the carpet that was laying over the back seat. So it was like a old 1940s car. Like it had to be like the 40s or something, 40s, 50s or something. And it's two gentlemen in the front seat speaking a language I didn't understand. I felt like I was in India or Africa or somewhere like that. And I just remember them yelling at me and me looking through the windshield and seeing a big bus coming towards us. And I'm like, hey, look, look, look. And then boom, I was back in my body. So I was like,
yeah,
oh shoot, was that like a previous death? And so those are always interesting to past lives. That's always interesting. And that's why my biggest target right now is going to the soul records so that I can
mm,
see more of what I've experienced since I've been well, not since I've been a soul, but through eternity, what I've experienced, what other lives I've experienced. So I love hearing about those stories. Um, how are
mm-hmm.
you doing as far as like your practice? Do you how many do you practice often? How are you doing with that?
Well, I do practice more now, and I have like Thursday, Friday, Saturday night to
Mm,
practice.
okay.
And when I'm not too tired, I do. Sometimes I go. Um, Recently, we had a amazing workshop with one of the community member,
Hmm.
and I kind of like I remember to give myself comments, but like I command myself to remember. I command myself to let go of my fear. So when I go to
Right.
sleep, I also command myself to be open for any experience, if this is OBE or lucid dreaming, because I'm also open. I'm a
Yes.
dreamer. I'm a
Yes.
total dreamer, and I do lots of work with dreams, but not lucid dreams yet. So
Okay.
I'm open. So yeah, I'm doing it now, and I feel it's amazing because when I do practice, even if I won't go out, for me, I don't know how is it for you guys and for the community, but like when I am doing the protocol one and I'm aware that my body is going to sleep, this is amazing because this is this another level of consciousness of
Yes.
awareness of me and
Correct.
what I can do. So, and
Correct.
like recognizing me on a different level. So yes, and I'm looking forward. I will have a little bit more time from December
Hmm.
to practice more because
Correct.
I don't want
Okay.
to practice when I have to work and get up to work, of course.
Gotcha. Yes.
So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yes, but yes, it's very powerful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to piggyback on what you said, like the experience of just putting yourself in sleep paralysis, it feels amazing. I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't care what happens after this. This part in itself, I take joy in that part. Like just to feel
Yes.
my soul. It's it not only feels good physically, but it also contributes to the knowing that your soul is separate from this body. And I love that
Yes.
because, like, sometimes I won't get out. Like, I'll go through the process, or I'll halfway come out and then get sucked back in. That still happens to me. Um, but every time that happens, it reaffirms the fact that I know my soul is not this body. Like, my soul
Yeah.
is way more than this body, and that it exists eternally. So it just reaffirms that for me. So I've even learned to take pleasure in just the process of putting myself in sleep paralysis, right? So, and
Yes,
I
to
tell people to
getting
do
there.
that too. Yeah, I tell all
Yes.
you guys to do that. Like, don't worry so much about what you're going to see or the fears. Just take one step at a time. And that's, let me just get myself in sleep. Let me feel this tingling. Let me feel my soul swaying in my body. Let me get to that
Mm.
point first. And that will drive you to push to go further to the next step, which is obviously exiting.
And trust, maybe like what you're saying, is I agree. And I feel like for me it's also getting to know myself better
Yeah.
through this, because then the mind and body and soul and the consciousness is like, it's just like a different story in the silence, in the night, and everything is happening like here in my body because of the sensations. And I don't even know where, but like in my body, in my mind, but like this feeling. And I'm very like, I feel a lot. I'm super empathetic. I'm empath. And so it's kind of like get to know myself on another level better in the silence, in these movements, because then I even hear the inside of my body. I
Yes.
recognize that if something is happening, if something will happen tonight, then first, actually, at all, I hear noises. So I feel like, oh, someone is in my house. So I
Yes.
remember this from workshops. And now I'm kind of like, it's okay. That's a sign that I
Yes.
hear something, which maybe I
Yes.
shouldn't. But
Um,
yeah,
so I've learned to welcome that noise. So, like, I can hear beings walking around my house when I'm doing it. I can hear it, like footsteps, like do 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 walking around my house, and I know nobody's up.
mhm,
Like, it's 3 a.m. Nobody's up. Everybody's asleep.
yeah,
So I know it. I mean, I've seen beings in my house, so I know they're there. And that used to be a time that was my biggest fear, was seeing a being. That was literally what stopped me for the first 6 weeks that I was practicing. And now, when I hear those noises, I welcome the beings. So I'm like,
yeah,
hey, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait. I learned to flip fear into an excitement, which I talked about in one of my videos. But if you can flip the fear into an excitement, like, oh shoot, but without getting too excited, where you
yes,
still,
hmm,
it's that middle ground between fear and excitement, trying to stand right there. But when I hear those noises, usually at the first thing, my heart rate will kind of come up, and I'll be like, did I hear what I think? And then I'll tell myself, calm, just relax, relax. And then I'll even say in my mind, like, hey, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I hope you are a guide. I hope I want you to be a guide
hmm,
for me. I want to, and then I'll reset my intention. So I'll say, hey, I want you to take me to the halls of Amenti, or I want you to take me to the soul records. I want you to take me to the heavenly realm. And so I've learned to flip that fear into a welcoming, so to speak. And if you
mm,
can do that, the fear is gone. Now the fear is gone, because every time you're going to hear you're going to hear those noises every time you do it. If you're in the house by yourself and it's quiet, you're going to hear the noises, because it's literally beings in your home all the time. Right now, there are beings in your home. You just can't see them. There's beings in this
hmm,
room watching me do what I'm doing now. But I don't have a fear of them, because I know they can't do anything to me. Like, they can't harm me in this realm, or in my physical body, or when I'm as a soul form. They can't really harm me. So I move with that knowing. And because I move with that knowing, I can kind of flip that part. So that's just a good tip for you or anybody else who is
thanks, yes,
going into sleep paralysis, and they hear things, or they can feel. It's some people I've heard they can feel someone breathing on them. And I can imagine that would scare the shit out of anybody. Like, I mean, let's
yeah,
be honest. But if you can take that as a guide, because nothing can harm you anyway, take that as a guide and ask for that guide to present itself. Soon as I come out my body, present yourself. Soon as I come out my body, take me to the halls or wherever you want to go. And so, yeah, definitely, I'm with you on that in terms of the hearing the
Thank you.
noises, but that's the best way to flip that, is to really turn it into a welcoming. Yeah.
That's a great, advice. I hope I would remember, and I hope I won't be scared. But I think I'm getting better, and I feel like
Mhm.
with every experience, just like I feel really step by step, because it's about knowing my limits, my own,
Correct.
no
Correct.
one else's.
Correct.
So yes, maybe I'm not that brave, but
But
I
you
will
getting
remember
there.
about it.
Yeah. But
Yes,
it's
I
like you
feel like
said,
yes.
yeah, every
Hmm.
experience is going to build blocks on top of the next experience. So yeah, you
Yes.
definitely right on there. Yes, for
And
sure.
then I know also that the intention for me just to have this experience is not to be on the Guinness Records list, you
Right.
know? It's not about
Right.
that. It's just
Right.
for me to grow
Yeah.
because I know I'm going there. And I've been there, but I wasn't there consciously.
Mm,
Yes, I touched this heavenly realms, but uh, more like a feelings, not as I
mm,
haven't never seen it.
yeah.
So I know we belong there. So yeah, I know this is step by step, and I know for all of us now it's the right time, right environment as well. So
Right. Right.
it's amazing journey.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Monica, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your testimony with us about your most recent experience. Super detailed. I'm super excited for you because I feel like once you
Thanks.
have one that's got some real detail to it, your next one becomes even more. So I'm super excited to see where you go. And if you want to share again, feel free to let me know. This is what this channel is becoming. It's becoming an opportunity for everybody to share their experiences, not just me, because ultimately I want you guys to grow as a community, and so everybody starts exploring and then we're going to also start trying to target some things as a group and target, because Darius
Mm,
did that in our group, and that's how I was able to get to the halls of Amenti. So I want to do something the same way because his way works. So I want to, set up some group targeted expeditions on the other side. So I'll definitely keep you in mind and let you know once we're going to do those. But again, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your testimony. And um, like I said, just keep practicing, stay consistent with your practice. It's only going to get better from here.
thank you so much. Yes, thank you for this platform as well because I know it's super powerful and very important to be able to talk about it, to be able
Yes,
to really express and to be able to really know that someone understands what I'm going
right.
through for years and years. So that's yeah, it is very important to really feel. And I feel like also this time now, the crazy world, what is happening, is the best time now for us to really connect and to be
Yep,
bold. You know,
yep,
to be bold and talk
yep,
about it
yep.
and
And
share.
start remembering, and just start remembering and
Yes,
helping other people
yeah.
remember. Yep,
Yes, remember not to just repeat, just
yes,
remember my own and then share if I can. And also I feel like that when we remember and we know we are more connected, everything what we do reflects that. So in work, everywhere, it's so powerful as well because it won't leave anyone without like it will always affect other people, and I hope the best way possible, you know.
yes,
So this
correct.
is why also having the experience and sharing this and seeing myself and seeing other people, seeing each other just reflect this, what it is in us, is very powerful for to grow for all the collective.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for
Oh,
this
you're
platform.
welcome. You're so
Thank
welcome.
you.
Well, Soul Family, that's another episode of Soul Traveler 77. Again, we thank Monica for coming on and sharing her testimony. Until the next time, peace and blessings.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Stop.